My name is Alexandria Crow, and I am a teacher trainer and a public class teacher and a private yoga teacher. I also travel around the world teaching workshops and continuing education and master classes. My path was not like anybody else's. Instead of starting and teaching public classes, I initially sat through a number of 200 hours after I finished my 200-hour, assisting and watching and paying attention to what was being taught. And then after that, I went on to teach huge sections of the 200 hours and then components of the 500-hour as well. So it wasn't until really recently that I figured out what I was teaching and why, and really specifically what it was that I wanted to deliver. I was teaching a class one day with absolutely no names to any of the poses, and I wouldn't let anybody go ahead of me. And I was really specific with where we were going sequence-wise and cue-wise and anatomically speaking. I had very specific tasks that I wanted the students to accomplish and understand. And I realized that what I had learned was this very safe and effective way to move your body and way to develop sequences. And all I was really wanting the students to do was really pay attention, not just to their breath or not just to whether they were going to use a block, but really pay attention step by step to exactly what they needed to do in the moment. And by the end of class, getting to the peak that I'd picked out, they had every single piece that they needed to do the pose, and more of them got up into this very fancy arm balance than I've ever seen in one class. And I realized that every choice I make, from the words I use to the anatomy that I talk about to the sequence that I compose, to the fact that I don't name the poses, I don't tell them that they can just come up into it on their own, is all because I'm trying to get them to pay attention to everything and everything that's happening in the moment. So by simply being incredibly meticulous, I'm giving them every piece of the philosophy that I try to live my life by. And that all started from just when I met James. He said the poses are enough. Teach them really well. Teach them with great attention to detail. Understand the way your body works. Understand the way you need to modify for students. Really get them to pay attention. And I rely on that every day. That lesson that's all I really need to do in my own voice. And so that's what I learned from him.